This is the tragic story of Maria Callas, a legendary opera singer who fell madly in love with Aristotle Onassis, a shipping magnate and a billionaire. Their passionate affair, fueled by intense emotions and shared ambition, ultimately ended in heartbreak. Despite their undeniable chemistry, the vast gulf between their worlds, the societal pressures they faced, and Onassis' ultimate choice of Jacqueline Kennedy as his wife left Callas with a profound sense of loss and a legacy forever intertwined with her tumultuous love affair. Maria Callas, the legendary soprano whose voice soared to operatic heights, was a woman of immense talent and passion. She was the queen of opera, her voice captivating audiences worldwide, and she lived a life filled with artistic triumphs. Yet, despite her fame and success, she struggled to find true happiness. Born in New York in 1923, Maria was of Greek heritage. Her father, George, was a pharmacist and philanderer, and her mother, Litza, was a bitter wife, regretting ever marrying the philandering George. Litza lived in a confined and humiliating world at home and would often discharge her unhappiness in front of her children. Maria was the youngest. Her mother wished she was a boy, and for that, never developed a good relationship with Maria. When Maria began to show talent for singing at the age of 5, Litza pressured her to learn to sing. George and Litza separated in 1937. Later, Maria spoke of a miserable childhood when she was forced to sing by her mother, and she even recalled times when her mother encouraged her to essentially prostitute herself to soldiers for extra cash during the Axis occupation in Greece during World War II. Maria claimed she remained untouched, though. Despite her initial reluctance, Maria had an undeniable talent, and by 22, she had already given 56 performances in 7 different operas and had sung in around 20 recitals. By the 1940s, she was described as excellent, phenomenal, and God-given. Her voice was reported as a very special instrument. You see, something happens sometimes with string instruments, violins, cellos, where the first moment you listen to the sound of this instrument, the first feeling is a bit strange sometimes. But after just a few minutes, when you get used to it, when you become friends with this kind of sound, then the sound becomes a magical quality. This was Callas. Later moving to Italy, her operatic career took off and she became globally famous in the prime of her life, where she met and dated Giovanni Battista, a wealthy industrialist. And they married in 1949, and he became her business manager. You see, Maria had a yearning for fulfillment, and you can imagine her perhaps wanting to escape her unhappy childhood into a life much more overflowing with passion and serenity. This led her to the arms of Aristotle Onassis, a man whose world was as different from hers as night and day. Onassis, a self-made billionaire, was the owner of a vast shipping empire, one of the world's richest and most famous men. He lived a life of luxury and extravagance, surrounded by wealth and power. Onassis, the businessman, valued success and social status, while Maria, the artist, sought emotional depth and intellectual stimulation. Born in January 1906 in Scorpios Island in Greece, entrepreneur Onassis was a millionaire by the age of 25, making a fortune from creating his own brand of cigarette. He realized the shipping magnates who transported his tobacco made more than cigarette manufacturers, and so he invested in 6 ships. His shrewd business sense paid off as his net worth rocketed to $3.2 billion. During an event in Venice in 1957, that's when they met, that he invited her on a cruise with her husband, and an affair began. This was widely publicized, and so her marriage with Giovanni ended. Onassis was attracted to Maria because he didn't want to be with just a bland woman, and liked the fact that she was also a famous Greek. Maria reportedly wanted to escape from her career at this stage, and the more she did, the less enchanted she became. Onassis wanted the best, and Maria was in his eyes the best Greek and opera singer, but the best wouldn't last forever. Sadly, her relationship with Onassis wasn't the fairy tale she had hoped for. Despite his divorce from his first wife, he never married Maria. Onassis then met Jacqueline Kennedy in 1963, and then he began to pursue her romantically, and eventually he married her. Aristotle was an ambitious man, and in his mind, marriage was a way to seal a deal, and you only used marriage where you needed to. In Aristotle's mind, marriage was used to bind together dynasties and grow fortunes, and his previous marriage to Tina Levanos was just like that, a marriage to bring together two Greek shipping families and fortunes. Thus, Aristotle never proposed to Maria because he could be in a relationship with her without marriage. And after all, she at the end of the day was an entertainer, an opera singer. Jacqueline Kennedy, on the other hand, was a former First Lady of the United States, and in 1968 was the most famous woman. Jacqueline Kennedy wanted to get married for a number of reasons, and in his mind, Jacqueline was worthy of marriage to seal the deal. However, it was said that he truly loved Maria deep down. Despite his behavior, she played a nurturing role in his life, something that he never experienced with anyone else. Despite his marriage, he kept coming back for Maria as they continued to love each other. He spent more time with her again in Paris and soon realized that she was the love of his life, but time ran out. He died in 1975 at the age of 69 of respiratory failure. Maria never recovered from her loss, nor did she have any children, and so her health began to decline. She had suffered from a neuromuscular disorder. She was continuously taking various pills and medicines which made her more ill, and her vocal capacity declined. The soprano died alone in September 16, 1977, aged 53 in Paris from a heart attack, while Maria never had the children or family life that she so desperately sought. She leaves the legacy of her beautiful music, including perhaps her most famous performance, Madama Butterfly, to inspire future opera singers. And that is the tragic love story of Maria Callas. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. I've got lots more videos on my channel. Subscribe for more videos. Each of your subscriptions does help this channel grow. It allows me to continue making more content for you. Let me know in the comments who you want to see next. I do make a list of all your suggestions, and I will see you in the next one.